You're still using directory-based storage pools? That was so 2 VM storage management videos ago. The new vibe is disk-based storage pools. Well, we better get our vibe right. This is B from Tay Talk Tech, and welcome to VM Storage Part 3. Today, we will be creating disk-based storage pools. Before I get into that, though, I've got a favor to ask. If you like this type of video and want to see more content like this, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell button for notifications. Also, don't forget to give the video a like if you like it, give it a dislike if you didn't like it. Lastly, let me know what you like, didn't like, have any comments, questions, concerns, or any emotional outbursts down in the comments below. Let's get into it. All right. So today we're talking about creating disk-based storage pools. When we're talking about creating disk-based storage pools, what this is going to do is it's going to create a pool based on a separate disk on the host system. The pool type will use the full disk, and volumes will be the partitions. So, it's going to be basically the same thing as partitioning, but instead of just getting individual partitions, you're getting individual volumes for your virtual machines. You do not want to format this disk. You don't want to format the disk prior to setting up a disk-based pool. You will not need to build this pool. When making volumes, the names will be the same as if you were partitioning a disk, and you will not set a format when creating volumes. And we'll actually go through creating a volume as we're going throughout this video. All right, so let's go ahead and switch to the desktop. All right, so the first command that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually create that pool. So we're going to do sudo versh pool define as, and then we're going to give it a name. We're going to call it pool tac disk. Then we're going to specify the type. Then we're going to do tac source tac format. Then we're going to do DOS. Do tac source tac device. Then we're going to do tac target. And then we're going to do /dev. All right, let's go ahead and go over what this command's doing. So we're using the pool define as command to create the pool, and this is going to create a persistent storage pool that's going to be called pool disk. It's going to be a disk-based pool, which is what we're specifying right there. The source format is going to be the format of the partition that the full disk partition that we're creating. You have two options that you're primarily going to use here. The one I've chosen to use is DOS. The other option that you'll have is GPT. Really, the simplest way to use them is you can use, if you have 2 terabytes or less, really doesn't matter. You can use either one. But if you have more than 2 terabytes, you will want to use the GPT because the DOS or MBR, as it's also known, or master boot record partitions, do not work with any volumes that are larger than 2 terabytes. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and set the source device, which I actually completely left off there. Dev/SDA, and then we're going to go ahead and set the target to /dev because that's where it's actually going to be mounted, and that's the home of our devices. Let's go ahead and hit enter. I'm going to put in our password. And this is actually source dev. Sorry about that. Perfect, there we go. We've got it all set up there. And you can, if we actually go do a sudo versh pool tac list tac all, and we have to do a tac all because it is not yet started, and we can actually see there it is indeed inactive. So we're going to have to go ahead and start that. Let's do that with sudo versh pool start, and then we're going to do pool tac disk. Cool, and now it's started. Awesome. So now if we just do that command again, we can now see that it is active. Awesome sauce. All right, cool. So yeah, that creates the actual pool. Now, the next thing that we want to go ahead and do is we're going to create a volume. So we're going to do sudo versh volume create tac as, and then we're going to do tac pool. Then we're going to do pool tac disk. Then we're going to do tac name SDA1. All right, and then we're going to do tac capacity. We're going to do 2G. All right, and essentially what we're doing here is we're invoking the volume create as command to create a volume that's going to be based on the pool disk. going to be named SDA1, and it's going to have a capacity of 2 gigabytes. For capacity, you would just do the number of whatever, and then you would do, kilobytes, megabytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, to go ahead and specify that. Perfect, and volume SDA1 was created. If we just do a sudo versh vol list tac pool disk, and then we're going to go ahead and do that, and then here we go. We can actually see that it's listed right there, so it has been created. Cool. So let's go ahead and do a sudo. We're going to go ahead and delete that volume now. Volume delete tac pool. You always got to make sure you specify the pool when you're deleting a volume. That's got to know where it's going to pull it from, or where it's going to take it away from. Pool tac disk, and then we're going to remove SDA1. Perfect, and it has been deleted. Now the next thing that we want to do is go do sudo versh pool destroy, which is always fun. Destroy pool disk. And if you haven't watched the first video, pool destroy is going to shut down that pool, so we can go ahead and do any maintenance or get rid of it or whatever we need to do with it. Now the last command that we're going to do is sudo versh pool undefine pool disk. Cool, and that's going to go ahead and get rid of it. So yeah, pretty easy stuff, right? Well, after that, your vibe should be right. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos in my Linux virtualization series. If you're caught up, check out this other video instead. Thanks for watching my video, and have the greatest of days.